Hi there, it's Chad, and this is Astroneer. Off we go. Oh look, we got a little moon quite close as well. Look at that. There's our spaceship. Very 2001 spaceshipy thing. Through the clouds, little bit of frame drop. But let's see what this biome brings us, shall we? Oh, look at that. This has potential to be very good. And here's my little friend. Doesn't he look wonderful? Yeah, he's great. Now, this is a game that I've actually been playing since I did the sneak peek. I've been playing this quite a lot. I'm really enjoying it. Loving the exploration aspect of the game. Really, really good fun. Now, one thing that we're going to do is we're going to create... I know normally we create... most people create tethers. What I'm actually doing is I'm actually going to create some solar generators. Now, the good thing about these guys is that they get attached onto your backpack. So, during the sunny periods, of which there are a few... Oh, speaking of tethers and oxygen. Let's get back over here. Here we go. So there we go. So let's put that up. Normally what I sometimes do is put like a little wind thing. So I'm either getting sun or I'm getting wind. Which just makes me sound like I've got, you know, gastric problems. Which is not outside of the realms of possibility. In space, no one... Boy, you wouldn't really want to fart in a space suit, would you? Just yuck. Just whole loads of yuck. Right, so... Don't tell me we've lost the flipping white stuff already. Yeah, it's over here. So what we'll do is we'll first mark out our tethers. And you can see there, moving it within distance. Sometimes it plays balls. There we go. Sometimes it plays up, sometimes it doesn't. You see there, we've got a little bit of a stretch. And then we'll bring this one out to here. You can see it disconnects there slightly. And we'll put one on the edge. There we go. Hello, hello compound. So, hopefully, as a result of the sun, we'll be keeping our power levels high. And we want to get ourselves a additional tank, because you can put an additional tank in here. Let me show you. See that thing there? So we need to get some titanium. I'll put an additional tank, and that actually helps increase your survivability, because that tank is almost like the equivalent of that tank there. And you can have two up the top, and that really, really helps you when you're running around doing things and you want to explore just a little bit further and you're running low on tethers and all that kind of stuff. Now, one thing that, if you play this game, once you run out of resource, fill the bloody hole back up. Now, you're probably thinking, well, why would I want to do that? I mean, I've just emptied that hole, and I've used all the power that's associated with emptying that hole. But once you get the rover, you'll understand why. Or should I say, once you crash the rover into one of these bloody great holes, you'll understand why. So we just want to flatten this out. Make it look nice. Whoops. Not like that. That's not really nice at all. So we'll leave that there, and we'll fill in these areas here as well. So you can hold down the Alt key when you've got your E-weapon out, your little terrain gun, and that actually adds terrain back in. So essentially we are housekeeping and clearing up after ourselves, which kind of makes a change. So here we go. So it doesn't look great, but at least if we crash into it, we can get out of the damn thing, as far as the vehicles are concerned, which I would say is a definite bonus. So, oh, oxygen, oxygen, oxygen. Let's put another tether over to here, like so. Here we go. And collect some more compound. Right, so beacons are very helpful indeed, because I'm going to create a beacon in a second, because you can use them to mark where caves are. Because it's possible with your tethers that you have so many tethers going on, you forget where your caves are that you go exploring and spelunking in, I think is the technical term. Oh, we're a bit low on power. Now, that will obviously change once we increase power levels at the base, but we're going to need... You can see this little thing here. This little thing here is what we're going to be able to use to increase the base, and increase the size of the base. So that's something that we're going to need resin for, and we'll have to go, oh, what's this? A crashed ship. And, ew, this could be... Wow, that could be research potential. That's very good indeed. Now, you can see me using the force to do it. And we can't put it anywhere, so we'll just leave it there. Now, one thing that we are going to have to build is like a storage area for all our resources, because otherwise they'll get blown around all over the place. Don't forget, fill in those holes, boys and girls, fill in those holes. Obviously, within the realms of reasonableness and non-pervy nature. Aha! So in there we got some titanium, which we are going to use to build a tank. And then we've also got some aluminium, which is great. So what we can do is we can create, with the aluminium, a wind vane. And the tank. So first we'll create the tank. There we go. Now, you can see we're a bit low on oxygen, so we're going to go back to the tether. Now, you can see, there we go. You'll see that once that fills up, that will start filling up. And there we have it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move that over to the base, like so. And I'm going to move that up into the top right. And I'm going to build a wind vane for myself. And I'm going to put that on the leftmost nodule like that for myself. Actually, you know what? Screw it. Let's do it the other way around. If we put the wind vane on the base, because it's unlikely to go anywhere, and we'll put the solar Ujima flip on here, then at least we've got better options. So let's just wander out here now we've replenished our levels of air. See if there's anything else. There's not really anything else. It's just a lander pod, really. So we don't have to worry about that particular item. But what I'd like to tend to do is dig it into a deeper hole. And then just bury it, because, you know, there's nothing else we can really do with it. There's nothing else that we can remove. There's no other resources available that we can't carry it. So there's no point really having it visible on the horizon, so to speak. So let's wander over here. So there's the compound. Now, we need to find some other stuffs. Aha! Look at this. And a cave as well. Oh, this biome is really paying off. This is fantastic. There are biomes I've played where you just search for ages and ages and ages for resin. And it just never seems to come, and it's frustrating as hell, and you end up wanting to, you know, open the helmet and just suffocate to death. It's just horrible. But, you know, them's is the break, so to speak. So what we'll do is... Where is it? We'll press the... There we go, the beacon. Uno beacono. And we'll just plate Monsieur Beacon here. So that'll mark its first cave. Now, the only drawback is, bear in mind, boys and girls, this is pre-alpha. Now, I have to say, for pre-alpha, it's pretty damned impressive. Because I've hardly had any issues with it. With crashing or any of that kind of stuff. Let's build some more tethers. We'll need some more of them. Now, we can build a generator, which means we can use it for organic. And organic is collecting all this kind of stuff, you know. All that kind of funky good stuff. But for the moment, let us collect some resin. Because resin is going to be required by us to expand our base and add in more components to that base to allow us to essentially survive easier. Now, one thing to also bear in mind with a lot of these resources, especially with resin and compound, is you get to a situation where there's actually more under the ground, and you just have to dig down a little bit more. Have a snifter around, see if there's any more around here. I think we got it all. So let's make our way back. And we still got that cave entrance to explore as well, which is fantastic. So there we go. We've got 3 resin, which we'll make use of. And more compound as well. Let's collect some compound while we're here as we're going past. Just want to get one full complete block. There we go. So, oh, bit of flattening going on here. Flatten, flatten, flatten. 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 Okay, so, let's see. What are we going to do here, I wonder? So, we'll move our little bulbous friend over there. And we'll place some resin there. And as you can see now, it's placed a location. Like that. So we're going to build another one out. And if I remember rightly, I think if you build it out here, you can't put something there. Or those 2 things disappear, which is a slight annoyance. But it's nothing major. And here we go. So we can have a printer, research, smelter. And research is what we're going to need. So we're going to put some compound there. And we're going to go back and get some more of that lovely white compoundy stuff. So we'll make our way past to the compound pit. Hello, compound pit. So this is what I mean by stuff is tend to be more underground. And look at that. You can also see the yellow dashes on the tether line. Means that I'm actually getting... They've got a surplus of power at the base. So I'm actually getting a feed of power as well. So that's a good thing. Now just a little bit low on a full compound. So we're going to have to go hunting around for more compound. Which is okay. Now let's have a look around. Oh, is this more? It is more resin. Oh, look at that. More resin nearby. So we've got a little sort of set of resin over there and a set of resin over here. We won't mark it, but, you know, we've got an option to run over there if we need to. But it's compound is what we're really looking for right now. So, here you go. Right, so, let's have a snifty around. See if we can find out what's going on. What is that? Oh, that's my base. Duh. Idiot. Silly boy. So, because it'll always be marked with the old home. Do that. So, let us do a bit of housekeeping. Housekeeping in space is essentially what we're doing right now. Doing that funky good housekeeping. Now, I'm obviously going to be doing a live stream on the 31st, if this video is not out before that. Might do some Astroneer, and if anyone's got it, they can actually join me on my game. Not this one, I'll create a new one, just for the stream, and then we can go Astroneering together, which would be kind of fun. So, there we go. Flattened out. All looking lovely. Maid, please make up this area. Doesn't that look nice and flat? Well, bits of it do. I think that'll be right. Okay. Let's not belabor the point, I don't think. Let us go off in search of more compound. Now, do we have one compound? We don't have one compound, but if you look on there, we are so close. We're like maybe 2 little blobs away from one compound. Now, this is something else that's very helpful. You can capture this stuff and it gives you oxygen. So, oh, look at that. How was that for a compound find? Wow. This is turning out to be a really good biome. I'm really impressed. This is probably like the closest I've ever had to the perfect biome in this game, really. Until I run out of power, obviously. There we go. So let's go back here. Now, the reason we're doing the research is because, obviously, that little thing there. But we also means that when we go down the cave, we'll be able to research loads of stuffs. And there we have it. Now, the only drawback here is we will have to create... We can't create a generator because we don't have the copper. And let's create some solar panels because we want to put them on here. So we'll take these ones off and put them on the actual machine itself. And then when we do that, you can see that slowly charging up now. So let's see, we'll put that on ours. And we'll put another solar on there as well. I think we've got enough for one, haven't we? Yeah. Oh, we've got enough for two, that's good. So that'll at least means when the sun comes along, we'll be able to get a decent amount of charge into this thing. And then we'll be able to research it. Now, those things tend to give you new equipment, new items, all the rest of it. So they're pretty good. But we will go for seed packs as well, that you find at the bottom of trees and nasty things and all sorts of evil bits and bobs. What's this over here? Oh yeah, of course, that's the little ship that we dealt with. Right, let's smooth them over. There we go, smoothed into oblivion. Now outside of our memory, he no longer exists. Out of sight, out of mind. Oh, I'm hearing a storm starting. Yeah, there we go, there's the storm. Oh god. And now the thing is, we need to get inside. Because if it's a box storm, those boxes will kill you on impact. There we go, we're in. There we go, see, there's the boxes that come flying over. Somebody's obviously left a cardboard box warehouse over there somewhere. But these are deadly cardboard boxes. They will kill you if they hit you. And it's not like, oh, it's going to take me down a little bit of damage. No, it will like insta-kill you. And then you'll have to go out and get all your stuff again. So we have to just weather it out while we sit in here. The only thing that worries me is the fact that we're not shutting the door. So if a box sort of bounces off something and then smacks us right in the face, I'm going to be pissed. But, you know, at least it gives us an option of staying into protection while this sandstorm or this dust storm or whatever it is storm is going ahead. And you can see there we've got another thing that we can use to expand our base out of. See, this is the thing that we have, is once you expand it into one of those, you can't expand it into anything else. So we're going to have to expand out that way. Okay, so I think it's starting to clear up now. But we'll wait for the... There we go, we're back out. And you can actually get back in there by pressing tab, and that will save the game for you. Right, so... Tethers, we have a reasonable number. We've got some organic resource. Now, if we can get... let's have a look. A generator, some copper, which I believe is malachite ore, then we will be in a position to perhaps get a smelter. So we'll need more compound and some more resin to build a smelter. But I think for the moment, we're going to have a look down here. See if we can find maybe some seed bags, or space bollocks as I like to call them. You'll see why shortly. Now this is a good thing about the tethers, you can actually mount them on the ceiling. Oh my goodness! Oh look, a space bollock! See what I mean? Space bollocks. Oh my goodness. Now, here, this is where using the tool comes in handy, because you can actually build a ramp down there from your location, you see? And then all we got to do is smooth the bugger to death, like that, and run out of power at the same time. So what we'll do is, we put one up there, there we go. So that means we can And that down there, oh crikey, that here is laterite. Now, if you look at this, laterite is aluminium, which once smelted basically becomes aluminium. So it's a handy resource to have, and we've got space in our backpack, so I think we should stock up on it. Now, one thing that we are going to have to do is we're going to have to build a storage pod. Oh goodness, where's me things gone? Where's me doodah? Oh, there it is. Oh, thank God for that. So what I will have to do is put one down here, I think, and then we'll put another one sort of on the side so it doesn't impede our movement. Now, one thing to bear in mind down here is the things that basically the owners of the space bollocks aren't going to be very happy if you come in and try to steal their testicles. And, you know, to be honest, let's not really complain, because wouldn't you be upset if someone you'd never met just comes in and tries to steal your testicles? Yeah, I think I'll be pretty upset too. So that's why you have to sneak in, dig underneath it, and then grab one of the space bollocks, and then we'll make our way back. So we'll leave that one there, and we'll take the first space bollock we found and make our way back. Right. So there's that. Here we go. And we make our way back to the research area. Oh, looks like some buried bits and bobs over there, so we'll have to check that out. And hopefully, there we go, we can see the eye on the research unit, so it means that we shall be able to do some research. Here we go, let's see what we get, shall we? Hello, research unit. I wonder what we're going to get. That's a good sign, because we're going to get a piece of kit for the fuel condenser. Lovely jubbly. And on goes the next one. As soon as that's up to full power, we research. Lovely puffy clouds, isn't it beautiful? Oh, we get another piece of equipment maybe. Let's see. Oh, a truck. Wow. Holy crap. We're doing really well. And just to make sure that we don't ruin it completely, let's save it. Here we go. So, oh, that's it. Storage point for our stuff. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to build it over here. So it's a little way away, so it doesn't get in the way of the base. Now, what happens is that you dig down like so to a particular area. So, you know, this can be anything, but it doesn't want to be too steep a cliff. And then you dig it out on the inside like this. And this is the problem we're going to have. So what we'll do is we'll just take some of that out. Here we go. And then we'll run a tether from here over to there. We haven't finished yet, so we won't put the remainder of the tether down. So let's have a look. So here we are inside the storage, sort of the quarry, as it's sometimes called by the likes of Northern Lion and friends. If you haven't checked out his channel, you really should. An extremely entertaining man, I have to say. I've been a long-term subscriber of his for quite a while. Never a dull moment. And then what I do is I actually dig out these individual compartments. Now the reason for that is so that I can actually put individual resources in there and keep them separated. So like things like all this stuff, which as you can see I've not done very well separating it, so I put it out there and then that's in there, and then we should go back up. Now let's see, because what I think we need to do also is it's sometimes easy to lose stuff on the planet. So what I tend to try and do is create a cave entrance with a marker so you know where the damn thing is. Now that's not a great marker, I have to say. I kind of want a marker that's less sort of obtrusive to the entrance and just goes up a bit higher maybe. But I'm also trying to make something that doesn't look like a massive penis. I probably failed in that regard, but never mind. These are the trials and tribulations of space travel, I guess. So can we do that, maybe? There we go. So it's a nice flat entrance. And we'll then also want to put in, I think, one there. And then also, we want to flatten this out at the top here. And put one in the centre. So it acts as a light. You see? And it looks lovely then. Anyway, so that's a little bit of housekeeping done. We'll go back and we'll save our housekeeping work. And then we shall go on and collect the other space testicles that we were seeing in our cave. So, let's see. I do like the music. It's so relaxing in this game. This is a infinitely relaxing game, I can tell you. That's for damn sure. Obviously, unless you get killed by one of those, because the plants, they actually let out this gas that kills you on contact. Space farts, basically, and they're deadly. And so you have to watch yourself for that stuff. That's why, literally, where you saw me take off the space bollock, I then basically started running for it. I started cheesing it pretty quickly. There we go. So, let's have a look. Let's have a look around, shall we? So we've cleared out that area. And we've cleared out this area. What I'm going to do is just this bally fellow. We're going to just bury down a little bit deeper. There we go. No. Stop doing that, silly ball. Just go down a bit further with this fellow. There we go. There we go. I'll flatten that out a little bit. Make it easy to get across. And there we go. So, let's see. Let's fill in this gap as well. Because it could be that you want to bring the truck or the flipping rover down here at some later date. And you've just got billions of holes everywhere and you end up crashing into them. And so, really, you know, a little bit of time spent clearing up your mess, so to speak, is advantageous in this game. Because it will save you the time a lot later. So here we go. So if we put one there, then that acts as like a trifecta almost. So the one up there. And then, here we go, there we go. Looking good. And these things obviously illuminate the area as well, which is a good thing. Oh! There's going to be a space bollock under there. Now, what I want to do is just show you. So, I mean, there's the gas. Now, we need to run for it because that gas is actually a sentient gas. And follows you. So that's why you have to be very careful.